Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to some VGC. So today we're just jumping straight back into the ranked battles. After Players Cup 3, I was a bit burnt out the last few days, so apologies, hasn't been some more VGC content, but I figured 3 videos in a row could forgive me for not posting for a couple of days, at least the VGC stuff. So today, I think I mentioned in a previous video that I want to try out another HTLN team. This because I personally really like the Pokemon. Even though someone in the comments really didn't like Heatran, but we are just trying out this rental team. This is your more standard Heatran kind of setup because you have the Heatran plus Rillaboom, as well as Zapdos and Urshifu just to really help out with a lot of Heatran's weaknesses. This is a different Grimmsnarl to what we've been using. This isn't Light Clay, it has Reflect, it has Fake Tears and stuff like that. But real quick, we got a Drapion, we got an Indeedee Male, an Urshifu, a Tornadus, a Regieleki, and an Inteleon. So our opponent really wants to go fast here. Really wants to go fast. So I think Grimmsnarl lead is obviously very good. Zapdos is extremely strong against our opponent, so I think we can perfectly fine to lead that. Rillaboom as well, and how's Urshifu do? It's not too bad, but Landorus in general checks the Regieleki. Yeah, I think we're pretty good with this one. But yeah, so I obviously haven't played for about 4 days, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, by the end of like Players Cup 3, I was very burnt out. Made some like really dumb mistakes towards the end of the day, and which I really did cost trying to get back into the 1600s, but that's okay. Honestly, I'm really hoping we have like in-person tournaments again soon, at least in Australia, because we're doing actually okay with the COVID stuff. Alright. We got a Tornadus, and we got a Drapion. Not really sure what this Drapion wants to go for. Maybe knockoff. I think for now I'm just going to set up a Reflect. I don't want to Dynamax immediately. I'm pretty happy just to T-Bolt into the Torn. Be interested to see what they do here. As it's going to be a Dynamax Drapion. Okay. So assuming Grimmsnarl lives a turn, we can trick the Drapion to have a full Incent. So even if Tornadus gets a Tailwind up here, we'll be able to trick. Again, assuming Grimmsnarl lives, which is why I went for the Reflect. I honestly kind of expect like a knockoff or something like that, or a Poison Jab into the Grim. It's Fling. Lansat Berry. Okay. Oh, okay, that's very cool. So that's not Focus Sash Torn. That's good to know. Okay, we just take a Life Orb hit. Hailstorm. Okay, so this is gonna crit, which is unfortunate, but that's I don't want to say that's the reason I didn't Dynamax. I just didn't see a point, because like if I Thunderbolt into what I expect to be a Focus Sash, it's the same difference if I max Thunder. But our opponent doesn't get Tailwind up, which is good. Problem is now they have a Dynamax Drapion that's going to crit everything and has max Hailstorm. That's actually a big problem for us, because I don't think a Max Quake will knock it out. We may have to stall that Dynamax. Huh. That's bad. That's real bad, actually. What could they have in the back? Because obviously Hailstorm is very strong against these two. So this Drapion's caught me off guard a lot. Could be Indeedee. We'll go Landorus. I think Landorus is fine. But losing Zapdos turn 1's a big problem. Okay, so Landorus was a good pick here. Getting Intimidate off. Let's see, what are we looking at in the back, potentially? We know that Tornadus is down. So we have Spirit Break. I'm not worried about this Aleki at all. I will trick the Drapion. The Drapion may actually have like a scope lens, I guess. And I could fly, but I think we just max quake here. Drapion could max guard, but I don't see what you gain out of that turn. Because I guess Aleki could Volt Switch on the Grimmsnarl, but that's about it. Or it could Hyper Beam or Ancient Power the Landorus. Honestly, don't remember how fast Drapion is. And unfortunately, from memory, this Landorus is Jolly, not Adamant, so that's a bit unfortunate for us. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, I can't trick the freaking thing, it's Dark type. I realized that before it happened. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so idiot. I'm annoyed at myself. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to live on like 2 as well. Oh well. Puts it in Grassy Glide range, I guess. But I'm pretty sure this thing will have a scope lens. Yeah. You can tell I haven't been playing this game for a while. Okay. Yeah. The crit's unfortunate. And if we were Adamant Landorus, that would have knocked out. But we also may have undersped it if we were Adamant, so I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Alright, so what I should have done there is obviously Spirit Break. Landorus still would have died, but at least we most likely would have knocked out the Pokemon there. So I wonder if they have the Indeedee in the back, which has me worried, because if they do have Indeedee in the back, they set up the Psychic Terrain, which will cost us the game. The only thing is, like, I just don't think I have another option, because I'm pretty sure this is no speed Rillaboom. Yeah, it's just no speed investment Rillaboom. So my literal only options here are Spirit Break this slot and Grassy Glide. And hope Grassy Glide KOs, but okay, cool. Cool. Alright, that's good. Okay. What does Aleki go for? Thunderbolt into... Why would you target Grimmsnarl there? Anyway. Probably should do about 50%, right? Yep. Okay. Okay. Man, that Drapion caught me really off guard. I wonder what Ice move it gets. It's probably like Ice Fang or something, right? Yeah, story of my VGC career, making terrible misplays. Alright, so we want to see Inteleon, is what we want to see. Urshifu is not ideal, but Urshifu was expected. That should be the dark one, shouldn't it? I pushed the wrong button. Going from using an Xbox controller to a Pro controller is rough. Okay. We should still have Reflector. I think I checked. Yeah, 2 more turns. Okay, cool. Alright, we Spirit Break the Urshifu and Glide a Lecky, I believe. I think the best play my opponent can make here is protect a Lecky and close combat the Grimmsnarl. My only play around that, oh boy, they're going for it, was to double target the Urshifu. The reason I didn't want to do that is because they could have just as easily detected the Urshifu and Thunderbolted with the Aleki into the Grimmsnarl. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a 50-50 play. But it also comes down to, are they banded or are they Sash? Does Grassy Terrain give them back their health, like, all the way? Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, we know that Hail hits first, though. Okay. We have one more turn to Reflect. I want a Grassy Glide here. Just I don't want to take any random chip. I don't want them protecting the Urshifu. If they are banded, they're forced to close combat. So I guess we'll find out this turn. If they're not banded, they'll go for Wicked Blow. Okay. Do we live this? Do we reflect? We do. That's good. And that's also 2 defense drops. Ah, hail stops. That's unfortunate. And that just... And my reflector wears off. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna really hope a Grassy Glide KOs here, I guess. If it doesn't, Rillaboom sucks. Hey, nice. Okay, cool. Cool, well, a bit of a rocky start. It was super cool to see a Drapion come out. It's a pretty rare Pokemon in the format. It does have access to a move called Acupressure, but that's like a very random ability, a random attack I should say, as to what stats it raises. But yeah, really cool to see my opponent using that. And yeah, obviously unfortunate that I misplayed with the trick. We would have been a bit better off, I would say. I would have just pushed the game forward a little bit, I think, but that's okay. We'll try and remember from now on. It's versing George L.E. With Sylveon. That's a Pokemon I haven't seen. And a Serena. That's like 2 Pokemon that just like immediately dropped off in usage when we got to the format that let in all the legendaries. There is also a Mesprit, a Swampert, and a Galarian Moltres, along with Incineroar. Gotta have an Incineroar, always. This is a Heat Train game outside of Mudkip, Swampert. So that's what we have a Rillaboom for. They have an Incineroar to check that. I don't know how confident I am in bringing Zapdos because of the Swampert. I feel like Swampert's pretty easy to lead to my opponent, but then do you lead that with, I guess, Serena, because then I can't Grassy Glide you. So what about Landorus? Sorry, Zapdos. How well does Zapdos Rillaboom match up against my opponent? Not too bad. I mean, I give them Grassy Terrain for their Serena though, but when we bring in the heat in the back, you know, it's fine. We'll go Urshifu, I think. Yeah. There's no Groomsell in this game. The goal of this game will be to basically get Heat Train in and try and start sweeping with it. Whether that's through it being Dynamax or not, I'm not entirely sure just yet. It might be a Dynamax Zapdos game with just Heat Train in the back to sweep up. Moltres Sylveon. Okay. Not quite what I expected. Set up the Grassy Terrain. If you're my opponent, do you swap the Moltres into Swampert? Do they have a Landorus? No. Or do you protect the Moltres? Do you go for the Nasty Plot? Do you Dynamax? I feel like you go Swampert. Or Serena, I guess. You could double switch. Stop a Grassy Glide into your Sylveon. Gonna Airstream that slot and Woodhammer it. And just see what happens. They didn't switch! Okay. Moltres doesn't get tricked, does it? No. Are they max guarding? Did they just go, oh well, I have 2 things in the back that stops Grassy Glide, or, you know, stops your Pokemon, so you're not going to make that play? Are they... I don't know, what is happening? Like, would you actually let me just max lightning your Moltres? Maybe they're confident Max Lightning doesn't KO. Sylveon protects. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if you don't remember from like when I was doing very early episodes, Serena has an ability which was like the grass chick. She has an ability that your Pokemon are unaffected by priority moves. So my opponent could have switched out Sylveon for Serena, and if I'd Grassy Glided to a Grassy Glide, would not have worked. That Woodhammer did so much damage, dude. Holy crap. So Moltres will get Berserk. It'll probably Airstream the Rillaboom, I assume. Yeah. But that's fine. Our Zapdos is still faster, because Zapdos has a higher base speed, and we are timid max speed, so. Rillaboom does go down, but I feel like it did its job. Because now we can just go Heatran. So Rillaboom got up the grassy terrain. It put this Moltres in range of another Airstream. The problem is still Swampert, obviously. But, so Moltres could Max Guard here. Sylveon is either forced to switch or just go for a Hyper Voice. And I'm pretty content just to Flash Cannon that slot. I could read into the Max Guard, but hell, I was reading into a switch turn 1, so I'll just attack what's in front of me for this turn. It may not work out exactly how I want it to, but we'll see. I'm genuinely just surprised by that turn 1. Like, I wouldn't have thought you'd let your Moltres take that much damage, but... Okay, no Max Guard. Depending on how much speed they have in this Sylveon, because this Heatran has no speed investment, but it does have a higher base speed than Sylveon, so we'll see how much speed they have on this turn, since we're now both at +1 speed. Okay. And we are faster, so they don't have any speed investment at all, I would say. But they are obviously bulky. Hyper Voice. Some solid damage. They're leftovers, okay. It's fine. So the leftovers plus they get grassy terrain, so that's kind of cute on their end. I'm expecting Swampert to come in. If they had Swampert this whole time, yeah, okay. I guess they were worried about me making the read turn 1. Alright, so we have Urshifu. We kind of need to get rid of the Sylveon, but at the same time... what could be in the back? If it's... yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty happy to Airstream to Swampert. I think Sylveon protects this turn. It's already shown it's happy to protect. I feel like protect on Heatran is very obvious. I'm gonna Flash Cannon, it's fine. Sylveon does protect, okay. I mean, I could have protected Heatran that turn, but it's fine. Holy crap. That's so much damage. Man, Life Orb Zapdos is an absolute beast. Okay, never mind. It's freaking Citrus Berry or Aguave or whatever. Citrus. Yep. Okay. Then Earth Power into Heatran probably. Or High Horsepower. Oh, it's physical. Sure. Okay. Jesus. We might be relying on a Hurricane here. Obviously our Dynamax is over. I mean, we have Urshifu in the back. The problem is this Sylveon, for sure. I'm also worried about potential Aqua Jet from this Swampert. What's going to do more damage? Earth Power or Flash Cannon? I think Earth Power. I actually don't think Thunderbolt will KO this, okay, that's fine. I don't think Thunderbolt will KO the Sylveon, but... Bro, I'm a Heatran. That's like... That did literally 4. Okay. Obviously, Heatran quad resists. Plus, it's quick attack from a Sylveon, whose base attack is trash. So, I'm not really sure what my opponent was expecting to happen there, but... Anyway. Here we are, I guess. Alright, what do we got? What's in the back? Mess Spirit. Okie dokie. Unless it's Scarf Mess Spirit, Urshifu should have this one pretty wrapped up. The problem, again, is this Swampert. Like, I have Hurricane for it, that's it. And if the Mess Spirit has Dazzling Gleam, we're in trouble. What's my best play here? Is it to Hurricane and pray? Alright, we're gonna Hurricane and pray. And I'm gonna Heat Wave. Alright, we're being risky this turn, boys. Hey, we connect the Hurricane. I mean, it's 70% accurate, right? So it's like you'd think most of the time you hit, but sometimes these moves in Pokemon, man, they don't act like they say they do. Okay. Am I Sash Urshi or am I Bandit? I don't remember. Let's have a look. Okay, Rossi Train goes. We're Focus Sash. Okay, that's fine. I don't know of like any attack this Mess Spirit can have that we will die to. So Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon. That is forfeit. Cool. Yeah, it's like maybe you have Psychic or Psyshock or Expanding Force or what have you, but you're not dealing with Heatran. Definitely think Mess Spirit was an odd choice there, like you'd surely bring Incineroar, but anyway. We'll just keep going. Again, I do think it was odd of my opponent not to switch out the Moltres, or at the very least protect it at any point, but I mean, I made the read, right? So let's say they switch out the Moltres into a Swampert. That Swampert goes down turn 1. But, I don't know. I still think it's weird. Or at the very least, like, bring in the Mess Spirit. Then it takes both hits. But, I don't know how much you actually get out of that. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Alright, we got a Whimsicott, we got a Cinderace, Urshifu, a Togedemaru, a male Indeedee, and a Thundurus. I think this team struggles really hard with Thundurus, I'm not gonna lie. Because most of them, if they're physical, well they are, most of them are pretty much all physical with the ability to fight, carrying both flying, electric, and fighting. And that's a big thing for Heatran. I think we have to lead Grimmsnarl here. The only problem is the Togedemaru lead with Fake Out, or the... if they lead Indeedee, it's fine. Suppose we could lead Rillaboom and outspeed the Indeedee. How worried am I about Trick Room going up? It's fine. Zapdos actually has an exceptionally good matchup. So I think I'm pretty happy to lead that. What does Rillaboom do here? Not a whole lot. Heatran, same kind of deal, but has some inherent value. Landorus looks good on paper, the problem is the Thundurus. Oh. That's the power of Thundurus, man. Like, the ability to fight makes your opponent question bringing, like, a Pokemon that is just so good against their team. And it's the same reason, like, again, before the Legends were brought in, I really liked using Braviary because of Defiant. You know, Milotic with Competitive. It just, those kind of abilities make your opponent second guess what they do. Yeah, so Togedemaru plus Whimsicott lead is expected here. Okay. Which leads me to believe they probably have Cinderace in the back. So it's likely a fake out into Grimmsnarl. Yeah, it's likely fake out into Grimmsnarl plus Tailwind, so I just want to Heat Wave this turn. I think. Yeah. Yep. Stops me taunting the Whimsicott and... okay. Not quite what I expected to happen there, but that's okay. So Sturdy... Is it Sturdy on the Togedemaru? And Sash on the Whimsicott? Or did I... Okay. Not Lightning Rod. Good to know. And it's eject button. Interesting. Very interesting. The important thing to know, so the item on Grimmsnarl is the item that makes you move last in the turn order of whatever priority bracket you're in. Like whatever priority bracket your move is in. Unlike every other speed changing mechanic in the game, that item doesn't take effect until the next turn. Whereas say like, let's say my Zapdos hypothetically is faster than this Thundurus naturally, it's not, but let's just say it is, and the Whimsicott uses Tailwind, that Thundurus will then act before me because Tailwind takes effect immediately, whereas Full Incense does not. So we're going to trick this Thundurus, or at least attempt to. And this is the big problem, boy, that I just didn't want to run into or deal with. Okay. So we trick Thundurus. Airstreaming Whimsicott's such a waste, but we need to get rid of it to stop helping hand. Oh, okay. Players got plays. Fair enough. It's well played on their part. I really wasn't expecting that. It also recycles Fake Out. Means when I kill the Whimsicott this turn, Thundurus gets to come back in. Yeah, wow. They really outplayed me here. I wasn't expecting that at all. But it makes sense. But there is a plus side for me, I guess, is I get an Airstream off. But I need 3 to outspeed the Thundurus. So, yeah, well done on their part. It also means I don't get a Reflect Up. Oh, crap. That is an Endeavor Whimsicott. Interesting how that works on Dynamax Pokemon. So if you don't know, Endeavor is a move that makes your opponent's HP become your HP. So Whimsicott's obviously at 1 HP from Focus Sash. And so because of Dynamax, I only go down to half as opposed to 1. Which makes sense, kind of. Or else Endeavor would be kind of broken. Okay, so there's Thundurus coming in. So if you're my opponent, do you Airstream the Grimmsnarl to stop Reflect? It's like Fake Out and then Airstream Grimmsnarl. I think we just kind of have to let Grimmsnarl go down here. I should have got Reflect Up at some point. That was my bad. Okay. I think I have to Airstream again, don't I? Because if they just Airstream, they're faster. Yeah, I think Airstreaming is fine. They'll most likely Life Orb on the Thundurus. They could also go for a Max Lightning, I guess, into the Zapdos. Actually, one play I could make, assuming Zapdos lives another turn, is instead of Max Lightning, I could Max Heat Wave, Max Flare, I guess. Okay, Grimmsnarl lives. Zapdos is first. Cool, it's not bad damage. And the reason I would Max Flare is so when Heatran comes in, it can just Heat Wave and deal an extra 1.5 damage. Is Airstream into Grim? Yep. Cool. So that's the reason I wanted to Airstream, is to make Zapdos faster still, or maintain its speed, I should say. Okay. So we need to, whilst this Thunderous is alive, avoid sending in Landorus as much as humanly possible. So here's hoping we hit the heat wave, I guess. What am I better off doing? Flaring or lightning? Lightning will do more. Just overall, but it'll increase the power of Togedemaru. Okay, what can they have in the back? Indeedee, Cinderace. Actually, if it's Cinderace in the back, we're probably in trouble here. They could protect Thunderous, I guess. To still up my Dynamax, yeah. That kind of makes sense. My controller has low battery. I feel like it's a meme at this point. Please connect on the Togedemaru. Actually, I don't want it to connect, I don't think. Oh, whatever. I mean, if it didn't connect, I'm probably getting nuzzled, so I guess that's fine. Hopefully my battery lasts long enough for this battle to end. Actually, if it's Urshifu in the back, that's a problem. God, why do I talk? Because Urshifu most likely Sucker Punches here. What is my best play around Sucker Punch? Protect? But then it's just, because at that point it's, okay, it's Sucker Punch into Zapdos, Max Lightning into Heatran. And then Zapdos lives another turn, I guess. Is Protect obvious here? It is, it really is. Aw, man. Targeting the Urshifu because I think it's more of a problem, but we get Sucker Punch. It's like, it's so obvious, but I had no counterplay. Okay, literally, oh, there's my counterplay. Get some, boy. But this Max Lightning is gonna frickin' hurt, dude. And it's Life Orb Urshi. Okay. It's Airstream? Why? Okay. Maybe in case I protected or something, then you outspeed the Zapdos next turn. I guess that makes sense. Okay, Heat Wave connects on both. We're forced to go on the Landorus, which is the exact situation I didn't want, but here we are. The good news is that Thunderous, now that it's out of Dynamax, doesn't have a lot to hit Landorus with outside of Fly. Problem is, we're Assault Vested. And a +1 superpower probably knocks out Heatran here. So we could protect Tran and Rock Slide. I just don't think Rock Slide knocks out Urshi. But we'll Rock Slide. So then what's Thunderous if it's not Life Orb? Weakness Policy? Actually, if it's Policy, Rock Slide's a bit of a pain. I'm kind of expecting Thunderous to fly here, but we'll see. It's either Fly or Superpower. Superpower, yeah. And then Wicked Blow into Landorus, I assume. Landorus is faster? What? Oh, because of Paralysis, right. Oi, get Paraflinch. Do it. Get Paraflinched. Come on, man. Never lucky. Good lord, dude. That was, I had an over 50% chance of that Urshifu not moving. Now the problem is, oh wait, no, Togedemaru is dead, right? So we Flash Cannon. Yeah. We should definitely, oh wait, no, do we outspeed? Oh Christ. Really? Even after the paralysis. And that's why you run speed on your Heatran. Man, look how close that is. But they still win, because my Pokemon went down first. That's how that goes. They got very lucky at the end there. With not getting flinched or paralyzed. But that's okay. Honestly, I'd rather that happen, I guess. It cost me the game, but, you know, they outplayed me, I suppose. But that's going to do us off this episode, guys. Hope you're enjoying. Just back to regular battles. We're back to winning, which is nice. You know, 2-1 is not too bad at all. And we're, you know, pretty high up in Muscle tier, I think. What we rank 1,000 something, so not too bad. Yes, if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good day.